Before we get started, can everybody see my screen just fine? Maybe give me like a thumbs up or sure in the chat. Awesome, thank you, Eric. I'm gonna give it one more minute and then I'll get started. Okay, well, it's 1 o'clock and before I get started, I want to thank our 2021 sponsors for this year at the STEM Summit. So thank you all to those partners and sponsors. So that we have a few more jumping in. So I'm just going to wait maybe one more minute. Right, well, I'm going to get started because I have a lot to cover this session. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I am Tami McBride, Career Connected Learning Specialist for the North Central Educational Service District in Wenatchee. Like I said, I have a lot to cover, so we're just going to jump in here. I want to know a little bit about who is joining me today for this presentation. Go ahead and throw in the chat really fast your name, the grade you teach, and what school or county that you are coming from. I just want to have a better understanding of who is in my audience today. So a little bit about me. I provide career connected learning K through 12 for K through 12 students in Chelan, Douglas, Okanagan, Grant, and Adams County. So like I said, welcome. I am Tami McBride. If you could, I just want to know who you are and where you're coming from. Thanks for joining me. I know that we have a few more popping in here as I'm talking, so welcome. Some high school, I see, some elementary. Awesome. So Warden, Moses Lake, also Tumwater. Well, thank you. Quincy, welcome. So I'm just going to jump right in. So obviously our world got flipped upside down this last year and forced us all to get a little bit more creative by shifting everything virtually. Over the last year, our Career Connected Learning team started thinking outside of the box and when it came to career exploration, and have had the opportunity to serve more students with different ideas virtually. So some of the virtual events that our Career Connected Learning team hosts, virtual Meet the Employer. It says Okanagan County focused, but technically it's regional. And this is typically hosted every Tuesday of each month. And it's in partnership with WorkSource. Another one is occupation exploration events. That one is Grant County focused, it says, but it's also regional. And that's in partnership with the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce. These events are usually randomly held each month throughout the school year. So we have Computer Science Education Week that we host Hour of Code events. Usually they're held the first full week of December. Our ESD hosts events locally in Chelan and Douglas counties, but this is a nationwide event that's celebrated. And we have the Tech and STEM Showcase. And that is usually held in spring. And we have much more like the College and Career Expo. We also host a number of career fairs and different opportunities for students K through 12. All of these events are hosted and we promote those within our 5-county reach on all of our social media platforms, as well as personal emails. And if you are interested in getting involved with any of those events, please let me know. I can add you to our contact list. But I could spend a lot of time going over these events and how to participate. But the majority of these events are held through Zoom, and we all should know that already by now, I would hope. So I'm actually going to talk a little bit about something that's different. So you're probably going like, okay, yeah, we've heard, seen that, so what? You're probably also wondering like, well, what's new in the career connected learning world? Well, this last year, our career connected learning team took the opportunity of revamping a hiring platform for career exploration for students. Some of you may or may not have heard about the buzz in our region lately about Brazen virtual events. But like I said, our career connected learning team took this opportunity of revamping a hiring platform that they are through Brazen for career exploration for students. This allowed us to take career exploration to a whole new level. And we are able to host career expos and career fairs virtually using this platform. So that's been really fun and very exciting. You're probably going, well, what's Brazen and how do I participate and what is this all about? So for those of you that may or may not know, but Brazen virtual events infuse the sense of discovery and intimacy of a live in-person connection with the efficiency and the convenience of modern software. On Brazen events, attendees enter a lobby where you can discover and navigate booths. Attendees can engage with the event content, enter the booth, and connect with booth representatives, all in one singular web host experience. So over the last year, we've hosted a 6-week career expo for students that focused on the 6 CTE program areas. We also helped specific schools and school districts create a CTE exploration fair for students to explore the different CTE courses that their district offers. And that was either a district or in a class separately. And so we even had students and CTE directors and teachers hosting booths as representatives, answering students' questions that they had about particular programs or classes or different program areas that they offered, which was super fun. So all Brazen virtual events, our career exploration events, are designed for an educator to make the event a part of their curriculum for the day of the live event. So depending on how long the event is set up for, Brazen is designed to be a drop-in type of event of participation. So all students need to have their own computer. They all register separately in order for them to attend and get the full experience. These events are designed for each student individually, like I said, to explore the booths that they want and are most interested in to get the most out of that event. So let's take a closer look at the platform and how you as educators can get students to participate in those events. So I'm going to show you a bunch of screenshots really fast about the Brazen landing page and how to kind of register and that kind of thing in this PowerPoint. But then I'm also going to pop over to the actual event, and I'm going to show you inside Brazen's platform, and we'll kind of just like deep dive for a little bit. This is an example of the event landing page. Depending on what type of event it is, it will usually have a brief description on what the event is. And it also has a quick few steps on how the event works in the middle of the page, as well as an option to watch a quick video to learn more about how it works and what Brazen's all about. At the bottom of the page, you'll find the registration button. Again, I'll show you all of this on the actual website in a little bit, but the registration is at the bottom or in the middle of the page. And again, all students need to have their own computer and register individually in order for them to attend and get the full experience out of this. Again, these events are designed for each student individually to explore the booths that they are interested in the most to get the most out of each event. So this is kind of what the landing page looks like. And so these are kind of hard to see, but so once the students select the registration button, it will bring you up to the Brazen registration. This is an overall login for Brazen that students will be creating. So any other Brazen event that they might attend in the future, they will be able to use the same email and password that they create for whatever event that they first sign up with Brazen for. Like any other platform, if in the future they forget the password, they can always reset it, as long as that they have access to the email that they used originally. If not, they can always use a new email address and set up a different password. So for instance, if there's a senior that attends an expo and let's say they graduate, but then they want to use Brazen for one of the hiring fairs, and let's say they don't have access to their high school email or something, they can always use the personal email to sign up for a different event. So it will ask them to put in their name, their first name, last name, email address, and they will create a password. It does not give it does give an option to sign up with Google or Facebook or LinkedIn, which you can see here. But we suggest if you are an educator and having your whole classroom register for them to participate in a live event, to not use that option. Brazen is a hiring platform, but since we are using it for career exploration tool, we don't need that information when the students register. That would be something for them to use later with actual Brazen hiring events. So, okay. So once you log in and create a login with Brazen, and create that Brazen account, it will prompt you to the event registration, which kind of looks like this here on the page. And this usually is always different depending on what event it is. And you need to complete this event registration in order to participate in any live event. So once you answer all of the event registration questions, you will need to press submit, obviously at the bottom of the page. And then once you submit your event registration, you will need to go to your email and verify with Brazen for the particular event and make sure that your registration went through. Pretty simple. So the date of the event, you will need to go to the event URL provided to you in your confirmation email to have access to the live event. So usually they send, Brazen sends a confirmation to the email the day before, and I believe the day of the event. You will be shown the login panel into Brazen, which you should enter the email and the password that they use to create the account. Then click login, and you will be taken to the event landing page. And I can show you that later in a few minutes. And then once you return to the landing page, click on enter event icon, and that will be in the center of the page. You will automatically be entered into the event after you've logged in, if you've previously completed the event registration that we just went over. So if people choose to sign up the day of, that's fine. It will just have to be done all right, right before the event happens or something. Then you will be taken to the event lobby, and you will see the welcome video or a welcome window where you'll click enter event, and that will be to confirm the attendance of the student for that particular event. Okay, so I'm actually going to switch screens here and show you the actual platform to look inside some of our past events that we've done, just so you can see and deep dive into Brazen. So, can everybody see this new page? I just need a thumbs up or like a yes in the chat. Anybody? Yes, okay, thank you, Dave. So this is one of our past events that we did with Moses Lake School District. Here, this is the landing page that I was talking about for registering. So this is kind of an example of what it looks like. It has like some kind of graphic. It tells you about the event. This particular event was for 5th through 8th graders. It was a CTE career exploration. So it touched on all of their CTE courses. This has 4 little steps on how it works. Kind of what I said is that it gives you a little bit about how the event works. Here's that Brazen video. If any of the students or you guys get lost and don't really know how to participate or anything, this video will tell you all about the event and how it works and a little bit about Brazen. And then, like I said, the registration button is at the very bottom. This is kind of what it looks like when you are filling out your event registration. So it kind of has all those big questions. Obviously, this one is for a hiring event. So it's asking particular, it's asking to be a LinkedIn. Ours is very simple. It's just asking like your grade and what school you attend and who your teacher is. And then this is what it looks like once you actually register. So on the day of the live event, once you do all of that and you pop in here, it puts you at the event lobby, which kind of looks like this. This was last year's expo in fall that we created. It was 6 separate events for 6 separate weeks. And this one was focused on agriculture. So this is kind of what the event lobby looks like. Your dashboard here looks a little bit different. I'm going to pop back to this screen because this is exactly what it looks like here. So your toggle button has those 3 lines. It has your profile picture if they choose to put it in there. If not, it just grabs like an S or a T from the beginning of their name. And then right underneath, there's a chat availability toggle button. I can deep dive into that in a little bit, but this is really important the day of the event. Underneath, there's a search booths option. So if some kid was in there and they were like, okay, I really want to go to, I don't know, John Deere tractor booth. If they knew that they were there, they could, this will pop up. I don't know if you can see that, but the search booth, they can type in John Deere it will, or agriculture or something like that. And then it will automate what is closest to that. And then here they can select a booth to preview it if they want that specific booth. Or they can just go to the event lobby and then they can go through and try to find it in the list of all of the different booths. So let's go back to the chat really fast. So the chat feature, when any of your students are in a live event, they have the opportunity to like physically chat, and I say chat, and I'm going to use that with the quotations because it's not actually chatting. There's no video, there's no texting. It's like an old messenger style, like AOL. I don't know if any of you remember the AOL messaging, but it brings up a little chat bubble and they are able to chat with any of the representatives in any different booth. Students can chat to 4 separate representatives from 4 separate booths at the same time. So if you as an educator are really tight on time and you're like, okay, this is what we're going to do for a half an hour or 45 minutes, it is very well something that you can get done and have all of your students have that full experience, because they are timed out at 10 minutes. And if they are chatting with 4 separate representatives at one time, technically in 20 minutes, they can speak to 8 separate people from 8 different booths at the same time and be done in 20 minutes. So I'm just going to say that really fast. But in order for them to talk with representatives, they have to make them available to chat. So they would have to toggle this button and make sure that they click a green chat button once they are in the live event. And what happens is that if they have that available, once they go into a particular booth, let's say if they wanted to go to the upskill booth and they want to chat with someone, here on the right-hand side, you can see that there's representatives waiting. Actually, during the live event, these little green bubbles turn all the way green, and if they hover over it, it will say available to chat. So what they can do is click on that representative and they will be put in a waiting line to speak with those representatives. If nobody else is talking with them, it'll automatically open up that chat bubble and they will start chatting with that representative and be able to ask any question that they have, which is super awesome. There's a green chat bubble that I said, once they enter a booth, if they have that toggle button moved over, in that booth, there will be a big green chat button above the people and the representatives. It's not here because this isn't a live event, but it will be there and they'll have to click on that in order to speak with anybody. So that's a little bit about that. More on your profile icon here. It gives you the date and the time. It kind of gives you a quick overview about the event that you're in. And then this icon here is the lobby button. I highly recommend to tell all of your students about this icon, because at any given point, if they ever want to go back to the lobby, they can either go to the back arrow up here, or they can click on the lobby button. Obviously, if this is not toggled full screen, if they hover over any of these icons, it will tell them where to go, but just some of them forget, and that's your lobby button. So if you go back to the lobby, any event will kind of look like this. There's a bunch of different booths that they can check out. Typically in any booth, you always have 3 options in each booth. For instance, this one has a home page, a soft skills page, and a skills for tech page. This one is particular for our expo. So all of the booths were geared toward each business or organization that was in. So here there's, Washington State Parks, Recreation Commission. There's a ton of different ones. These are all geared towards those particular businesses. In one of the events that we created, for instance, like the one that we did for Quincy, this was CTE program area, focused on the ones that they provide. So this is a little bit different, and I can show you between the two different sides, but this one had agriculture, business and marketing. It had family and consumer sciences, health sciences, skilled and tech, careers in STEM. They had an education one, so this showed all of the teachers. And then they also had one showcasing all of the clubs and organizations that Quincy High School offers. So to kind of show you about this one, all of the booths are geared and towards that particular program area for CTE. So this one was the agriculture booth. It has a couple of agriculture videos down below. So in this particular event, we designed each of these booths to have actual activities that the students could do on hand while they were in the event. So this had in the main booth here in the home tab, it had food crops, and it had a little activity. And at the bottom, it tested their knowledge on the food crops that they just learned about. So they could take the little game assessment, and then they had an explore more. They go to the top. We had a career opportunities tab. Here, we chose the top 5 or 10 out of each program area, and it showcased the job details, and it kind of went into, we had a quick video that the students could watch. The job details, if they click, it had a hyperlink to an external site that actually deep dived into that particular career path. So it told them about the salary range, about the job, what to do, where to go, what kind of things that they needed to learn, things that they need to know for that particular career if they wanted to go into that. And then, it just, it gave them a whole opportunity. If there is something that the student is really interested in and they don't see it in any of these events, they can always go to that details and they can search any career that they want, and it will pop it up. And I'll tell them all about that career, which is super awesome. Same with the videos. We hyperlinked all of the videos to particular career paths. If none of these were something that they were interested in, they could click for more videos, and here they could explore through that external site whatever career that they were looking for and watch a video about that career. And then they had an explore more. This had more activities, more hyperlinks that they could see. We had a bunch of videos that we uploaded that they could watch. Again, here's all of the representatives. We actually had students and teachers as active representatives. Some of the students were CTSOs, and they were actually chatting with fifth and sixth and seventh graders about particular questions that they had, which is super awesome. So that's a little bit about that. The difference between them, obviously the one that we held last fall is more based on the business and organization, whereas, and this was the expo, whereas the one that we did for the schools or the school districts, it was whatever they wanted and how they wanted to design it. We did one particular, or well, actually we did a few different events for particular teachers for their classroom. because one was like a 7th or 6th grade class, and she wanted to have her 25 students learn about different CTE program areas. In fact, there was a few that she was wanting to deep dive later into. So she chose like health sciences as one of the bigger number one, booths that she wanted to have showcased. And I think there was another one that she wanted skills and technical sciences, but we had all of the booths ready for her. I think we added more activities for her particular class just because it was just them instead of like, a whole district with a bunch of different classrooms and teachers and students being involved. So that would be something that we offer in our region if you were interested. Like if you wanted this to be one class, let's say that you taught some particular class and you were like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this for my one classroom, we can do that. Just let us know. Or for instance, like, Quincy, or I think it was Moses Lake, we got their entire 5th grade involved. So it was every 5th grade class that actually participated as a district into career exploration for the CTE pathways that they offered, which was also really cool. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do this for you. That's why we're here, and that's why I'm teaching this. So if any of that is interesting to you guys at all, let us know. We're happy to help. So a little bit about the expo. Let me switch gears here really quick. So the other cool thing about this coming fall, we have a save the date for November 2nd. And this is something that I think I put on that last PowerPoint. Brazen has the opportunity now to host a live video broadcasts during a live event. Which is super cool because it's exactly like one of our expo events with all of the businesses and organizations, promoting the different 6 CTE category program areas. But on top of that, we have an opportunity to broadcast like live video from different career professionals. So we are setting up a series of broadcasts. So it's basically going to be an expo conference for students, November 2nd. So that's something really new and exciting, and I'm really stoked about it because I think it's going to be really awesome. So it's going to be like a miniature conference for students that can attend. So basically there will be a broadcast schedule of how many people that we're having present, and throughout the day of the live event, I think it's going to be from like 8 until like 1 or 2. So that's something new. This is kind of a new preview of what it's going to look like. Here it shows like the broadcast schedule. Students can watch the broadcast and also check out different booths like we did in the expo. So that's a little piece about coming up in fall that nobody really knows about. So that's exciting. I'm going to flip back here and go to our next slide. So can you guys see my presentation again? I just want to make sure that we're all okay and dandy there. Thumbs up, anybody? Yes. Okay, thank you. So I know I just covered like a lot of information in a really small amount of time. Before I ask any of you if you have any questions, again, I want to reiterate, so our NCW Career Expo and Conference is scheduled for November 2nd, so save the date for that. This year is going to be amazing because we have that opportunity, like I said, for a live video broadcast during our live event. So students not only can explore booths, but they can also check out career professionals that are broadcasted throughout the live event of the full day. So for the Fall Expo, it will be a virtual conference for students, obviously, and we will have career professionals lined up, different speakers throughout the day. And we're still working obviously on all of those details, but I will say that it is going to be awesome. And we are focusing on the 6 CTE program areas for Washington State, which is agriculture, business and marketing, family and consumer sciences, health sciences, skilled and technical sciences, and STEM. So anyway, does anybody have any questions? I know that it was a lot of information in a small amount of time, but please unmute yourself or type a question in the chat. I'm giving you guys a few minutes of my time for you guys to ask questions or anything.
Hi, Tami. My name's Leah Althauser, and thank you so much. This is really amazing. I actually work for Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, and one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create more of this career-connected learning within for natural resources. And this is sort of off topic, I'm sorry, but I would love to create something like this for Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife does everything from forestry to, there's careers in human resources to communications to those, the biologist jobs that you think of. And I'm wondering if you have to always have people available, or if there's a way that, if students had a question, they could send, the subject matter expert an email if I were to create something like this.
Good question. So kind of a different side of this. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. Is it Leah? So during our live event, if you are a business or an organization that is joining us for any of our live events, yes, we ask that you have at least 1 or 2 representatives available to chat, but that actually can be something that is not a lot of an issue. So typically in a normal in-person event, when students come to career fairs, you have a booth set up and you're expected to be there for 5 hours and sit there and talk to students and stuff. Same goes with this, but actually you can actually work while you do while you're in your booth, because the Brazen platform allows you to multitask. So when you're in the booth waiting for a student to chat with you, you can be working on emails or whatever, and answering phone calls or whatnot. But basically when a student wants to have a question with you, your computer chimes and it kind of gives you that AOL ding. I keep going back to that because it's the only thing that I can relate it to. But your messaging box dings at you and it chimes and it gives you that signal oh, someone's wanting to chat. You as a representative can choose how many students you want to talk to at one time. So the opposite side, a student can talk to up to 4 representatives. You as a representative can choose how many students you want to talk to at one time. So some of them, last year, they could only handle they didn't type really fast. So they were oh, I only can handle 2 students at one time, which is totally fine. It's very doable if you only have 1 or 2 representatives. Yes, we do ask you to be there the whole entire event, or whatever we have aligned as a business or organization in that particular booth. I don't know if that helps answer your question, but yeah, that would be the other side of all of this.
That's super helpful. Thank you. And I just wonder if you have an email that I could connect with you, I'd love to learn more about this.
Yes, and that's coming at the very bottom.
Okay, thank you.
Maria, the Brazen career event that we did at Quincy. Oh, she said it was awesome. Yay! Thank you. It was awesome. They set it up. We set it up with the Quincy district, and it was super cool. And we're willing to do that for any other district as well. Thank you for for saying that. It is really cool, and it is an opportunity that I just think is really fun, and what we did this last year is just amazing. So any more questions, anyone? Hearing none. Okay, so I'm just gonna move on forward. So for future reference, if any of you today decide that you want to participate in any of our live events with your students, or create your own event, or participate in our expo that's coming up November 2nd, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put my email in the chat, and then also so this slide deck is posted in Sched, the thing that you guys signed up for this. So for you guys to reference later, if you were to forget how to register and that kind of thing. Also, I've made a how-to tutorial video that is posted on our YouTube channel, which is here. And that video walks you through all of the steps that we covered in today's conversation. So that is there. I'm going to also put that link in the chat as well, so you guys have both. So here is the link to that vid. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that.
Hello, I'm Tami McBride.
Well, there's my video. Here is, oops, now we're going backwards. Okay. You'd think I'd learn how to do all this by now, but I don't. Okay, so there's the link to the video. If you go, actually, that will probably take you, yeah. Here's our Career Connect Washington North Central page, our YouTube channel. This has so much resources. And to kind of flip back to that beginning slide about the virtual Meet the Employers and occupation exploration events, we record all of those for student and educator use. So you guys can utilize any of those videos at any time that you see on that. So on our YouTube channel, grab any of those that you see. You can use them anytime, anywhere with your students. Yeah, that's why they're there. we record them for your guys' sake, to help you out. And those deep dive into like business professionals and organizations, and they highlight what they do and that kind of thing. They deep dive into their careers, and they talk about their business and what they do and how to get involved. The virtual Meet the Employers, some of those actually have hiring tips, and if they are actually hiring students and stuff. So anyway, check out some of those videos because they're really awesome. I don't want to decredit ourselves on doing some of that. And then here is my contact information. Like I said, if any of you guys are, decide you want to participate, or maybe this is something that you're like, oh man, I want to do this with my district, or oh man, I want to do this with my class, do not hesitate to reach out. And then on the opposite side, yes, if you are a business or an organization, or know someone that would be willing to help us out with any of our career exploration events, please reach out to us, because we're always looking for new opportunities and different people to be connected with. And we will love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you participate. So I'm going to put my my email in the chat as well, so you guys have that. This is my office number. I didn't realize that I put that in there. I'm going to give my personal, because I am not, I'm still working remotely. So this is my actual phone number that you should be using. So anyway, but yes. And that wraps up my entire presentation. So I just want to say thank you again for joining me today. I hope this was helpful, and I hope this was creative and something to get you excited about. And I hope to see you at some of our upcoming virtual career exploration and learning events. And I hope you guys have a great STEM Summit this year. We have a lot of awesome keynotes, and I hope you really enjoy it. So thank you so much. And I'm going to stay on for just a few more minutes, and just in case if you guys have questions. So thanks so much. All right. Well, thank you again, and don't hesitate to reach out. So thanks so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. So.